Hello everybody, welcome back to the Lofitropian, what's it called? Lofitropia talk show, whatever the fuck we're calling it nowadays. So today, we are talking about Comet and maybe some other things. So let's do a quick recap of what we did for the last two episodes. First episode, we talked about not prehistoric, back on the alien war with the alien torturers, and how Cronite was a being of pure plant. Think of it like a tree. You know, he lives way longer than most beings. And then we talked about how the parents are, but I have actually recently thought of names. The father being Locum. I forgot why I named him that, but his name is Locum. Like, kind of like Malcolm. Think of, like, but Colm. Yeah. And, the mother's Tridust, or Trodust. One of the two. Let's just go with Trodust. And, anywho, yeah. And, yeah, so, and then the last one was more about Lofitropian, the movie, and I think a few other things. But now, today, and Universe 666 on how Luffy's lost his eye. So now, today, we are talking about Comet, Emerald Comet. So, he is a being mostly with crystalline emerald crystals as his main power, and he's most notably known for his power, judging by his Goku hair, his Super Saiyan hair, but that will probably soon change. Maybe. That actually sounds like a cool thing. But if he overuses his power, his body becomes mostly crystalline. Crystalline? I don't know. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, and that's how not Luffy's comets usually work. Yeah, so I never actually thought of how long the lifespan of them are. So, let's just say the usual Lofitropian resident lives around 200 to 300 years. Luffy's and the main gang are essentially almost immortal, living more than 2,000 years at a time, and their full expected lifespan. Bokum and Trodust took an adventure out of universe, and they have never been seen since. So that is another reason why. And, and this is where the corruption, normal, and all that stuff comes in for the three Luffy's brothers. So, Cleto, known as the evil person in this case, is now full of corrupted Luffy's energy, which is why he's evil, mainly evil, and adult Luffy is essentially a half-consumed type of person, which is why he has the wolf ears, in most cases. And then we have Kid Luffy, who's fully consumed, so, okay, I need to make a clarification. I'm not sure if this technically counts as furry, but, I think it does, but they don't, have fur, that's the one thing that they do not have. It's mostly just, the wolf ears is think of it like this. Emerald Comet has the pendant in most cases, which glows when he's using it, and most Luffy's, either they have robotic parts, or they have the wolf ears. They are most notably, their power is being used if they glow, or, if Comet is using his full overused power, and his body becomes crystalline, the crystals also glow. And, fun fact, Comet is actually out of world. He is not from Universe 1, or any of those universes. He is, from, I think it was, Universe 738, I think? But, yeah, he soon managed to float through space for millions of light years, but he was, so, this world exploded, right? And that shot him off. And he traveled maybe like 3 light years and crash landed into the Lofitropia town center, on Earth 1. So yeah, that's that. And, oh shit, also, random talk. You know, we, in Earth, right? We never actually learn, like, what, like, how, what, multiverse, because there's a possibility we're not on Earth 1. There could be millions of different Earths. We could be, like, thousands of them away. Or we could be on the first one. You never know. So, anywho, now what? So we talked about Emerald and his origin. The main Emerald comic. Emmy is, a comet. Emmy is from Earth 78, I think? Hold up. Ooh, I have Emmy right here, hold up. Earth 72, or Universe 72, my bad. And this is the first ever, thing I actually gave an ID, which, I don't know. Yeah, he's mainly a melee magic user, I think. And, yeah, he's from, since he was technically in the war, okay, I'm kind of stuttering. His troop number was 725, which I think is funny, how I just essentially copied, or unit 725, and his universe is 72. So, yeah, and, this is from a Luffy's HQ Incorporated Plus, technically. But, let's actually remove that. Actually, no. I'm just gonna say this. This is a fairy. Okay, now back to it. Where were we? Let me just close the sketchbook. So, comet. We already got that. So, technically, Emmy is, after war, technically, and, is a, specializes in martial arts or whatever. I don't know how it fully worked. Even though this is literally my story, I didn't think of the full story since think of it like this. The Luffy's Chronicles is a parody, not a parody, but like a compilation of different stories. But it mainly starts in Lofitropian and Universe 1. But after so essentially, if I do ever make a book about this, it's gonna work like this. See, there's gonna be the main story, which is Lofitropian and all that, and then somewhere in there, there's a few bits from different universes, right? And soon it will all go into Prime. Oh god, ow, damn. Anywho, it will soon go into Prime Earth, and which is a universe full of all the heroes, villains, and all that, all into one. It's still gonna be chaos, but that is in the final section, where it's gonna be caked with lore, and Lofis, and comets, and spectrograms, okay, no, why did I say spectrograms? It's not even what it has to do. Anywho, so yeah, I was thinking, you know how the Lofi's shit, the only problem with me, randomly thinking of lore is most times it's when I'm trying to sleep, and I don't have a way to quickly do it without speaking or anything. That's the problem, because Also, I would like to add, it is the earliest time I've recorded one of these these talk shows of Lofitropian lore and all of them. Here, my bad, I thought someone knocked on the door, but no. So yeah, that's about all for today. I didn't have as much as I did usually, but, actually, you know what, fuck it. I might make 2 today. 1 later in the night, since it's still technically light out. So I am going to do another one later tonight, along with the music. There's only gonna be 1 music today. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. Bye, Lofitropians!